responded to the drama. She explains her insane fall off to no viewers and blames it on racism and talking about Palestine. She recounts the story of how Hassan gave her her entire career and why she's so loyal to him. She claims despite falling off, she's never going to work retail because she has a master's degree. Didn't stop you from e-bagging though. She explains how she lost her health insurance and that her life is ruined. Absolute karma. She then calls out a hater for allegedly abusing their dogs, but
Pick
won't
your
call
hero.
out
Or
Hassan.
villain. I'm
Asmongold
not
has
judging.
responded cooking Frogan for lying about her past statements
Open
and trying to
your eyes.
rewrite history.
Reality
He
is
tells
but an
Frogan to go
illusion.
offline and get a jab. Hassan is now accusing Asmon of view-botting, calling him Asmon Bot. He's trying to pretend that he's actually more popular than Asmongold, and the only reason Asmon has more viewers is because of his bots. Subscribe or you get caught in Frogan's gravity. There's no escaping it. You're got.
As
Now
Sorcerer
let's
Supreme,
begin.
I
Right,
oversee
welcome back,
other
everybody.
magical
It's
adepts.
me, Farmer Joe, back at it again, milking some cows. So
30
turns out,
seconds before you
Hassan's
attack. Get
favorite
ready.
orbiter, the reason why widescreens even exist, Frogan
Your
is
unks
back,
are
and she
maddening.
has responded to the drama. Now recap,
Even
last time
so,
Frogan was
maddening.
e-bagging for money on
If I want
stream,
your
particularly
side, isn't that what you want?
$500 to pay for her broken wrist or the cast on her arm.
Exclamation point tip, say goodbye to the cast. I need $500
The battle starts in 5.
to pay for my
4,
cast.
Now,
3,
ironically, she
2,
didn't have health insurance
1.
to pay for it right after
All
she
you need
wished
to do is
US
capture the
veterans
mission
get
area.
PTSD
Got
and
it?
don't get health insurance when they get back into America.
And I hope we get no health insurance when we get back to
Dangerous
fucking
place.
America. Not having insurance,
Taken out.
but insurance is also so expensive.
So after that, Hassan accidentally dumped on her, saying that she fell off and has no viewers, and nobody knows her except for Ruku Drama, and Ruku confronted him in chat for making fun of her.
Her going viral every week. She literally people watching the stream, the farm back and 5 million views record and highlighting my vlog. Okay, calm down.
And that brings us to today. She has responded to her insane fall-off to no viewers, and explains why she's still loyal to Hassan. Twitch streamer Frogan starts talking about her viewership decreasing from when she first started, says that Hassan helped her, talks about her coverage of the G word, stating that she posted it too soon and she lost viewership.
Goodbye.
Complains about not getting support from big streamers besides Hassan, says that she was wrongfully banned and lost her income. Cap.
Can we be transparent here? Like, I'm just gonna be straight up, right? Like, did my viewership decrease? Absolutely. When I first started streaming, I built my stream up in August, and September, and October. I was averaging like 3,000 viewers because I did well on Reddit. Then I got November. I did partners like I did it all by myself. And they had a partner.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Against the world!
I will never deny it. So, everyone who rated me that day, I averaged 400 viewers.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway
And
point.
I had like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 viewers. That was a good like year and a half. I was doing really good.
Right. Okay, so that explains why Frogan is so incredibly loyal to Hassan. She basically had no career and no future in the streaming space, and then Hassan came and raided her, basically used her as this sort of token minority, and then she actually got some.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Star Wars, and everybody started promoting her. And now it all makes sense why she defends Hassan, why she constantly lies in order to protect him and says that, oh, he pays me very well because she feels indebted. But again, I maintain my stance that he's not a very good friend because he's seen you literally begging here on stream, and despite you literally working for him and helping him,
I am ready to...
he refuses to toss you a dime, right? $500 is essentially a dime to a son. And I'm even more impressed that she's
We'll have to keep fighting
save
until we have a winner.
$500 in her 5 year career. So just doing the maths there, in order to save $500 in 5 years, you would have to save $0.27.
That much closer to victory.
She couldn't save $0.27, bro. this is absolutely embarrassing. Now, we all know the real reason why she's remained broke is that anytime a dollar is saved up, it is instantly spent on the nearest Dunkin' Donuts. And that's on you, Froggy. So then people were asking about her master's degree, right?
I am strengthened for battle.
Had a job, and she explained that she had a job as a researcher and actually quit that in order to pursue streaming because it was editor and everything. And then blames losing all of her viewership on talking about Palestine.
I was doing really good. One Rising Star
Behold the god of thunder!
in April 2023.
By the eye of Agamotto.
You know what else happened in 2023? I spoke out about Palestine. Okay. I said a lot of things people didn't like way too early. And whenever I talked about my support for Palestine, my views significantly. On top of that, multiple hate campaigns were launched after me. I was being harassed left and right from multiple people. I was getting death threats. I had to have security at TwitchCon because I was getting credible death threats. All because I, talked about people's support of Israel and called them out for it. And
When science failed
so
me,
yeah, I mean, I
magic
lost
was
a lot of
there.
my viewers then too. I said the quiet part out loud way too early.
Right. So she was just supporting innocent lives, guys.
30
She was
seconds
just
before you
talking
attack.
about
Get
Palestine,
ready.
nothing else at all, right? I mean, this is a desperate attempt to rewrite history, but unfortunately for Frogan, we have the evidence, and the internet is forever. She actually tweeted in support for the literal terrorists, right? So the second the October 7 Hamas attack happened, Frogan tweeted this.
Sounds like a cheap
October
knockoff
7,
to me.
2023.
The battle starts in
Leftists
5,
preach and foam at the
4,
mouth at the thought of a
3,
revolution
2,
happening in America.
1.
But as soon as it happens
All
in the
you need to
Middle
do is
East,
capture
what
the
they're doing
mission area.
is wrong.
Got
So
it?
she called this terrorist attack
This
a
place is nastier
revolution
than the
and was
Milano's
essentially
kitchen.
in support of it as well. And in this revolution, it was a
they
bunch
do
of like
not look
innocent
happy.
people getting killed and women getting raped as well, which Rogan seems to have no problem with. Somebody responded, "How is doing bad shit, more bad shit, and even more bad shit in the throat of a young woman?"
Don't mess with the By the eye of Agamotto. Power beyond sight.
Mission area is yours to capture now.
So basically what happened was Rogan had these
The
sort of
moon.
falling right in line with the title Hassan Biker. And basically a bunch of people decided that, hey, that's a little too much for me. I might be a liberal, but I'm not completely fucking crazy, right? So I'm not going to support you. And then she lost the money, right? And then there was the second compounding effect that the more likely option that in the first place, right? She was just never entertaining. So after the initial Hassan raid happened, people eventually started to stop watching her because she had no content of her own. And I think the real problem here is that Frogan has never used her talent. She should be starting like mukbang, right? Actually, what probably even though I would legitimately say, okay, this is the
Ionic magic.
get anywhere else.
I am ready to put on a show.
Ionic magic. By the eye of Agamotto.
I don't remember.
By the eye of Agamotto. The moon haunts you.
Fuck you. I don't care.
More than half of the mission area.
I don't
Keep
care.
going.
I'm never going to be a
Literally
situation
born for
where
this.
they're like, oh, she's gonna work retail or she's gonna work at a fast food restaurant. I have a master's degree from one of the best universities in the world. That's never going to be my reality. Okay.
Okay, Frogan, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna deny, like, yeah, you do got a master's degree, but that didn't really stop you from being on stream for past, like, crying and begging for rent all this time, mostly begging for your medical expenses as well. I mean, I don't know, Frogan, you gotta, like, face reality, right?
Ionic magic.
And holy shit, I pity that horse. That might be worse than Hassan sitting on his horse. And he was already fucking sight, alright? And this is the thing about these sort of high and mighty
Power beyond sight.
I'm too good to work retail. I'm too good.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man. The moon haunts you.
fighting until we have a winner.
The fact of the matter is, your field is like health and stuff, and now release that launcher! You have these unfavorable
Us against the world!
able to get higher for the field that you've worked on all this time.
Control
So
lost.
eventually, you might just be better off at one of these retail jobs, right?
No
And
worries.
I find it
I got your
interesting
back.
that you sort of look down on it like, oh, this is like lowly work that I would never do, right? You know, I'm Frogan, guys. I'm literally Jabba the Hutt. I'm an esteemed noble with a master's degree. You know what else?
You needed a
are?
timeout.
You're literally broke. Okay, you're broke. Okay, and everybody has to your career is absolutely failing, right? I feel like the moment you messed up in life was when you quit your researcher job in order to do streaming full-time. Just based on
I am ready to put on a
audience at all. You even said that your peak viewership was like, what, 700 or 800,
You'll have to
maybe
keep
1,000.
fighting until we have a winner.
And unless you saw that consistently over like years and years, you should not be doing that quickly, especially when your fan base was literally gifted to you.
Assemble!
And I feel like you even struggled to get the most because you know she could not resist eating the inventory, right? It's like they're not gonna take that risk. Oh, okay, our stock is somehow disappearing. Did we have higher sales? Nope. It just seems one of our employees is having an extra large lunch, you know? So please don't act like you're above it. You're not even gonna get hired.
And then like on top of the initial campaign that happened, whenever I started talking about Palestine, more people started dogpiling, and no big streamers except Hassan said shit about
30
it.
seconds
You know what
before
I
you
mean?
attack.
People
Get
always
ready.
want to like give you support behind the scenes, but nobody actively stood against
I try to do the right thing,
the hate
but
that people
somehow
getting, like
people
from,
always
like
take
Tectone,
it
for
the wrong
example.
way.
They know exactly how you
They
feel.
don't give a fuck. They don't care.
It's not
This is
my
why I
fault
say the
an
streamer
Egyptian
industry is a
god
very
whispers
fucking
in my brain and tells me who
My
deserves
God,
his righteous
there's no way
vengeance.
she's still bringing up
Okay.
Tectone, bro.
The battle
If you
starts in
missed the
5,
lore, essentially
4,
Tectone called
3,
her fat,
2,
you know, because of
1.
the U.S. veterans
All you
comment
need
or
to do
whatever.
is capture
And
the
this
mission area.
got banned
Got it?
for 2 weeks on Twitch. Meanwhile, Shogun and the Asan
can
Orbiters
mask
here
the
put
stench
bounties
of
on people,
monstrous
wish
evil.
death upon people, support terrorists, and, you know, abuse dogs, and literally don't get banned, right? And this is why there's been such a massive uproar against Twitch as well,
that's
because
good.
everybody's just sick of this mystery. Nobody likes seeing, you know, fucking unjust things. So then she talks about how she lost her health insurance. Here's what I think about that.
Please.
I hope we
Mission
get
area is
yeah,
yours
the
to
US
capture now.
that too. And then the ban happened, and then that is why I lost my health insurance. When people want to
Against the world!
Look at that kid with
and you're 27, I think at the time. When you're 27 years old, you have to pay for your own. You're not on your parents anymore. And you lose like a big chunk of your income, or you lose your entire income after being wrongfully banned. Yeah, I had to pick and choose, and I lost my
My
health
fate
insurance.
isn't sealed
Lost
yet.
my health insurance, and which everyone wants to comment because I made like a donut goal for my stupid fucking arm.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, people usually have sympathy for, you know, people who are struggling with, like, medical bills, especially on the internet and stuff like that. People are usually just reaching out and willing to help in any way possible, especially for someone who has lost their insurance and stuff. Except,
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
and when they are the most utterly wild person on the internet. So, yeah, this is just some peak karma, you know, what goes around, comes around, and I find this beautiful. And this is what you feel that you can you know, someday when you least expect it, you will face the consequences. Release that launcher! TikTok, put the clock meme, time's coming, pal. The cockroach cell is coming. Right, so then Frogan essentially says that her life is ruined, and then right after says that she's totally fine. I mean, this is, you know, ultra-copium.
Not only did this bullshit affect me financially, it affected my career, it affected my youth, it affected me mentally,
You're not going anywhere.
physically, but all that goes to say, you know what I mean? All that to say, I'm fine. circling back to the initial point, it's the fact that like a lot of the people that don't like me, I don't think about them. Like I was thinking about this today. I have a life. I don't go online anymore. Like I've created such good grounding within myself. Like I don't care about them. I don't care about what's happening on the internet. I don't care. A lot of these streamers you watch, they cannot separate their online and offline personalities. I have my life. A lot of these streamers, like, I think about them. I think about you when I'm on them. That's the reality of it.
Yes, of course. So she never thinks about anyone, guys. She never thinks about any of her haters. That's why she was literally the other day frantically in Hassan's chat asking him to not talk about her falling off,
Their team's
right?
capture
And not just
progress has
humiliate
passed the
her in
halfway
front of
point.
everybody. And that is why she's literally right here, right now, responding to every drama, every single situation. I mean, she addressed like every single point that every person was criticizing her for. Like, even I didn't remember half of this shit, right? And she just sort of brought it up every single little point there. So clearly, this situation is affecting her. She keeps saying, well, I don't even think about it.
The moon haunts you.
And I feel like I know that we're gonna, you know, she sort of wants to clear her name because at the end of the day,
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
situation is misogyny or racism or one of these buzzwords and then one of these poor suckers are gonna donate and then that money is going to get wasted. We all know she ain't spending that on her waist, okay? She still needs to replace her
Born again.
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
The moon haunts you.
You have nothing in this world. And you have to hear it from one of your perceived
Against the world.
Get a job. Get a job. Stop getting involved in these and you're becoming an orator. You had a master's degree.
It's
Lovely.
party time!
And you live comfortably on it. But you chose most years. This next part she addresses like one of her haters or something. Somebody was making like a tweet about her, and then she calls them out for allegedly abusing their dogs. Now, who else has abused their dogs, guys? I wonder who.
Today, like, the internet decided to wake up and, like, bully me. I don't know why. The internet woke up and they're like, oh, we hate Frogan today. We hate Frogan today for some reason. Yeah, bro. And I'm like, okay, the fuck, whatever. The internet will be the internet. And it's just like, if you're gonna come for me, like, don't have skeletons in your closet. Because I will not hesitate to bring them out, okay? Especially if you did fucking blackface and say the N-word in VR, and allegedly abuse your dog. Like, girl, people always say they're like, judge me by my enemies. These people aren't even my enemies because I don't
Pick
think
your
about
hero.
them. I don't even
Or
perceive
villain.
them
I'm
at
not
fucking
judging.
all, dude. They're not, they've never been perceived to me. But when I hate somebody, I'm not gonna be thinking about them. I'm like, I don't even know this person. I don't even know this person. They're like, oh, like, Rogan is just like a small streamer. Like, she only gets 70 viewers. Like, I don't understand why people like even give a fuck about her. And only 5 people like you, apparently. Yeah, there's only like 5 people in chat right now. Guys, if you're like a person in my chat, like,
Don't have to
there's
be
only
a
5 people
witch
that
to
are
find
that
the
chat in
magic
my
in
chat
this world.
currently.
But it
So
does
please let
help.
me know.
Right, so here you are talking about some random person allegedly abusing their dog, but not talking about your God and Savior Hassan
Chaos
confirmed
surrounds
abusing his
us,
dog,
but I
shocking
will
his dog
gladly show
live
it to
on
his in
camera,
control.
documented proof
30
multiple
seconds
times.
before you
In my
attack.
opinion,
Get
you
ready.
just know if one of their haters was caught abusing their dog like this, shocking it, zapping it like Palpatine, they would be going crazy. They would ask their dog
Who
to be taken
better to
from
put
them.
them
They
back
would try to
together
dox
than you
them
and
and
me?
fucking ruin their
I like
life and
your
all this other
optimism.
shit. But because it's Hassan,
I
it's
could use
okay.
some
It's
help.
obviously okay. He's one of us. Like, how can you call out somebody else for doing this exact same thing? I mean, I just can't. And I
battle starts in
understand
5,
that, okay, he
4,
gave you your career. I
3,
mean, your
2,
non-existent
1.
career at this point. I wouldn't even be
All you
that
need to
worried,
do is
to be
capture
honest,
the
because
mission area.
you were unable
Got
to
it?
sustain it. To be honest, that's more of your fault. But
Among
yeah,
us
I understand you're loyal because he
Loki
gave you your
has
non-existent
cleverness
career. You're
and
loyal like a
thorn
dog,
coverage,
ironically.
but only I,
I feel
the
like she's one of
vision
the people that he
to
can't
seize the
shock
future.
because there's no way a shot color is fitting. All right, they don't sell that shit.
Just a
planetary science. But hey, who knows? Maybe Hassan got the extra special love for her. You responded. Did she get banned because of her racist, tier list, and hate propaganda? Yes, and demonetized because of it. And this was her fearless ranking as literal racist to an
Missionary
disgusting. They got this post exciting news. Twitch has chosen me to be featured as a legendary. No way. No way you're using the word legendary. The only thing legendary you are is a legendary character. On the legendary right till Asmongold responds roasting her. Asmongold and why he thinks Frogan lost viewers.
I'm gonna be honest, I think the reason why she was successful is that people used her as a token minority. I think that's why she got put in all those shows. They gave her the those awards and everything like that. I think they're basically using you as like a like a cartoon character in order for them to you're basically like you got used by people in order for them to put you in a position to make themselves look good because you were a hijab, people are like, oh, okay, well, this is a person that is, verifiable because there was a huge virtue signal wave, like during and following that. And during that virtue signal wave, you had a bunch of people that would bring somebody on like Frogan so they could indicate that they were, like an open-minded, like type of person. And so you really got used as a mascot for, people that were looking to make themselves look like they cared about minorities. That's the reason why I think you got so much attention back then. And I know it might sound bad to say that, and it might hurt to hear that, but I think it's the truth. It is, and I don't mean that as a bad way. Like, I actually think that it's a cynical thing that people do because you're not treating a person like a person, you're treating a person like an outfit. It's like just because she wears that doesn't make her any more or less of a person. You should judge people on the content of their character. But I think that the problem is that after people stop judging their that's the problem.
Listen to me. It's not over. Don't give up.
You need to teach me that skill, Steve.
Mukbang trick. I'm telling you, I would actually pay for that, alright? I may be a little bit of a hater, but I feel like you'd go crazy at the dinner table, alright? Nico Kato did it first. He laid the groundwork. It's your time to shine, Frogan. I mean, think about all the food sponsors
never
you
stop
can get. You
fighting
could
for what
eat
I believe
food
is
and
right.
say, this is my job. For the first time ever, nobody would criticize you for eating food. I mean, I feel like it's a foolproof plan to revive your career. You're guaranteed at least
30 seconds
1,000
before you
views. I'm
attack.
telling
Get
you,
ready.
it's time to put up or shut up. Anyway, so then he calls her out for lying
you
and trying
anxious?
to rewrite history.
Every moment of every
I
day.
spoke out about
I
Palestine
help?
way too soon.
You didn't
Only if
speak
you
out
can
about
defeat
Palestine.
Doom
You
and
didn't
put the
speak out way
timeline
too
back
soon. You
together.
called it a revolution
Still
whenever a
conjuring
bunch
across
of
the galaxy for this.
crazy, insane
be
terrorist psychopaths went into Israel and killed a bunch of people
I could use some
completely
help.
randomly.
The battle starts
Like
in
these were
5,
people that were,
4,
again, they were at a festival.
2,
And so this is
1.
what she said. And so she
All you
tried
need to
to
do is
act
capture
like
the
a
missionary
bunch
ant.
of
Got
random
it?
psychopath terrorist Hamas
Of all
members
the possible
coming over into
realities,
Israel
this is
and
not
just
the one I
basically
expected to find
indiscriminately
myself
killing
in.
women and random people that
I
were
am
civilians
bursting with life
is a
energy.
revolution. So this is the reason why,
Just
like,
who
because,
Gamble
I
looking for.
spoke out against Palestine too soon. This is the reason why people don't like you. It's because you're a liar. It's not about your support for Palestine. It's about your support for terrorism. So whenever you support terrorism, listen to people that have nothing to do with what Israel was doing. And this is coming from somebody like, I'm a free Palestine guy too. I support Palestine. Like, I think what's happening to them is horrible. But the worst thing about Palestinians is that not only are they being oppressed by, Israel, but they're also being oppressed by their own people. They're being oppressed by Hamas. Hamas are the ones that are oppressing them.
Reborn
Whenever
from the
people went out
chaos.
and protested against Hamas, Hamas killed them.
Wait just a darned minute. So you're telling me Hassan's -- supporter here
Take
is
this place.
also a terrorist supporter? There's no way. Just call me Kyle. Hassan in every endeavor ever and defends him in every controversy is actually a horrible person himself. Wow.
for
Nobody's gonna guess. It's almost like all of these Hassan orbiters are fucking demons in one way or the other, man. Holy shit. It's insane that they are supposed to be the side of empathy, the side of caring for other people, except actual innocent civilians, right? Let me just care for the terrorists instead, right? Radical empathy right here.
So I think that a lot of people support Palestine, but the problem is that people like Krogan, Cyber Wonder, your disgusting personality, who's a genuine jealous of Palestine. And I think that's the worst thing about it.
The quiet part out loud.
Yeah, the quiet part, which is, wait a minute, wait a second. So the quiet part is that you support terrorists and innocent people in Israel because Israel killed innocent people in Palestine? Like, well, how does that make any sense? Like, wouldn't both of these things be horrible and bad? Like, I don't see, like, I mean, there's no moral consistency with this at all. But my point is that activists poison every well. Yeah. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that this is not an activist. This is a parasite. She is parasitically attaching herself to this cause and is damaging the cause by transferring her reputation through it. That's what she's doing right now.
Exactly. I mean, people like her, to the public, who are just trying to benefit off the real suffering of the
Always
and it's
prevails.
basically the ultimate grift. And Hassan has sort of popularized this grift, right? He's been doing it for years now. And you can tell that it's completely fake because he invokes like Israel as a defense for everything, right? Whether it be shocking his dog,
have to
a
keep
random
fighting until
drama
we have
with
a
a
winner.
slop tuber, you know, talking about streamer Burnt Peanut or something, calling him made in an Israeli laboratory, Israel's #1 streamer. It's just completely scandalous bullshit. And he obviously only says this because his audience is polarized against Israel, obviously, so they're gonna hate anyone who they mentions, and then later he'll try to make a joke when it never was. It never was. It's just you trying to slander people as the worst thing you could think of, and right now, that's an Israel supporter. So then he tells Frogan to get a I'm sorry guys. Sometimes I have to drop the slur. I know we're all unemployed here, but sometimes you gotta do it.
What you're doing right now is a big mistake, and this is honest, genuine advice. You're not making enough money in order to make ends meet. It's obviously you're not. And so if you have
Pick
a
your
good degree
hero.
and you can get a
Or
job, you
villain.
said you
I'm
were a
not
researcher
judging.
before, the best thing that you can do for your life is to go and do that. And I think that also having a degree of credibility as a professional would also help your streaming career as well. So that would be my advice for her. I think that's what she should do. That is, like, you should actually do that. I mean,
Open
you'll
your
make more
eyes.
money, you'll be
Reality
taken more
is but an
seriously,
illusion.
you'll have a more long-term career. I mean, like, who knows how long streaming is going to work at all, right? I mean, like, you could get banned randomly, you know, like the culture could shift and people could keep harassing you and you could feel unsafe in the future. That's not going to happen at a researcher's job. And I think it'd probably be better for you to get out. I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, there are benefits to being at a normal job, right? I mean, I've worked a normal job before. And I think that, like, it is nice to see your
30 seconds before
coworkers
you
and to hang
attack.
out with them and
Get
to talk to
ready.
them. And
Afraid of my
there's, like, a
magic.
camaraderie there
Unless
that
you
whenever
give
you
me
spend all day
Ultron.
inside by
Into the
yourself, I
eye.
think you don't
Your
really get a chance to
nemesis,
have.
Squirrel
So
Girl.
that's my honest
Best friend
advice
of
to her.
Iron
Is I
Man,
think that you should probably do
master
that
of
then.
computer
I mean, I
science.
completely agree. I think these people genuinely need to leave the
Oh,
internet
nuts.
because it's
I hit that
really
reset
toxic
button
to
too
have
hard
these
last
kinds
time.
of people in any position of authority, right? And I'm
The
not
battle
saying like a
starts in
streamer is like a
5,
crazy position
4,
of authority or anything, but
3,
you do influence
2,
a lot of people,
1.
right? Well, Frogan probably not a lot.
All you need to
of
do
people,
is
but, you know,
capture
at
the
a certain
mission area.
time, let's say,
Got
you
it?
know, a couple 100,000 people,
I
and
beat Dr. Doom
Hassan,
once, and I'll do it
thousands and
again if he
thousands,
gets in
potentially
my
millions in
face.
his career, right? And the fact of the matter is, people in this
Whoever they
orbit
are,
should not
they
be
don't look friendly.
dividing anyone or influencing anyone because basically every single thing. They love that documented like their own opinions and their own tweets, right? It's really nasty shit that you do, and you really have to sort of be because people will just lie about every single thing, and then you just sort of forget. You'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta trust the word for it, right? But then you always gotta double check. You always gotta double check because these people are always opening anything to shift the public opinion to their side, being like, well, actually, you know, all I did was yes, I'm such a nice person.
goodbye.
Like, no, we all know what you did. She keeps bragging about her master's degree. Why don't you use it? Why don't you fucking use it, alright? And you don't have to work retail if you're so above it. Go get an actual job. See if you can actually do that now. Although I don't know if it's been 5 years, it might be a little difficult.
Someone clip this!
So we'll see how well you do, but anything's better than fucking basically actually go talk to people in real life, you'll realize that other opinions actually exist out there, and they aren't just like admin goals that are hated on who don't agree with what how you think. So this is better for your mental health. Racist harassment or program. You just can't get through these people, can ya? The only way you can see I feel like this is a universal truth, okay? If it was funny to looks like a character from Thomas the Tank Engine, saying boo, I hope you get PTSD as soldiers in the military. That's the legacy, right? She didn't even properly apologize. She doubled down multiple times, so like, she said it's
streams on Kick, right? He has a Kick team. He's literally getting
Don't mess with the amazing.
They are, I mean, look, a lot of content creators do bot. The only person who has actually tried to claim that I bot is Asmongold.
And the funniest thing about me viewers, right? This is
Hey, Ted! Someone clip this!
If you look at my career, if you look at the trajectory of my viewership growth, or even if you look at the way people
Never
respond to
miss.
me when I go outside, motherfucker, I think you understand a content creator who bots versus a content creator who does not, okay? Did you explain the spike in followers you had recently as we showed it clearly? Yes, brother. People engage in mass following with bots. That's why we have a follow limit, because people hate rage.
right. So when Hassan gets bodied,
Thanks for the love, love.
Of course, it's completely out of his control. But when it happens to Asmongold, he's obviously doing it himself, right? He's botting on purpose to inflate his numbers, right? You know, the truth is, Asmon isn't popular at all. He has no viewers. Hassan is the only one with any real viewers, honestly. I mean, Hassan, weren't you the one who encountered Asmongold viewers?
Yeah, that's
He is more popular than you. And the only thing you need is to look at his YouTube viewership over years. Now, for those of you who don't know, YouTube viewership over years and years is not something you can actually fake, right? Because the bots will be purged routinely, and this sort of viewership, if it was botted at one time, doesn't stay around for multiple years. So it just gets crazy because this next part, he goes on to make the argument that he's more popular than Asmongold, and the only reason it appears like the opposite is because of Asmon's bots. Holy moly, God, make me this delusional, please.
If you recall, when I first found out that Asmongold was botting, when Kick purged the bots for like 2 days, and Asmongold went from like always being 10k above me
All
to
those
being
crises
beneath me
open
in the
your eyes.
leaderboard for 1 day or 2 days.
I
That's
may
when I
be
realized, oh,
followed by
these
chaos,
bots too.
but I'm trying to
Everybody
bring a
on Kick
bit of
bots,
order.
and a lot of people on Twitch bot
Show
as
some
well.
patience.
He said you were follower botting. Asmongold agreed with the XQC that you are not
30
view botting.
seconds before
I'm
you
not
attack.
follower
Get
botting. No one
ready.
gives a shit about followers. I don't even farm followers to begin with. Like, I don't even give a
That's
fuck
a
about
nice
how many
armor you
followers
got
I have.
there,
No one cares
sweetheart.
on Twitch about how many followers you have. Everybody cares about your live concurrent viewership. The only reason why I have like big spikes in followership is when there's like a big news day or something, and a lot of people come in and follow, or people who do actually bot followers to hate raid.
Battle
Well,
starts
there
in
you
5,
have it. He just
4,
admitted what this is
3,
all about. Well,
2,
guys, Asmon
1.
was above me in viewers.
All you need to
but
do is
after the
capture the
bots,
mission area.
then
Got
he
it?
was beneath me, right? On the one possible platform. Well, Asmon's obviously multi-streaming, right? And it's not only on Twitch. Honestly, I really wonder, like, what sort of solar eclipse had to line up for Hassan to get his fantasy to come true and to actually have more viewers than Asmon. Bro had to wait for Mercury to be in retrograde. Bro had to wait for the 8 planets to align once in 13.4 trillion years. Bro had to wait for the Andromeda galaxy to come true. Bro had to wait for a blue supermoon. Dude, I knew he was desperate, but I didn't know he was this desperate to hear more about his Asmongold. It's literally like his lifelong dream. He's a clout addict addicted psychopath. I have never seen someone
did the
so
trick.
utterly pathetic. And, you know, I give this advice to regular content creators, but maybe Hassan needs it as well. The only way to win in this whole content creation game is to actually not care, alright? There's always going to be people...
Hey, Chad! Someone clip this!
Basically, Hassan said, oh, it did not get my view count.
Never miss!
Twitch is a very top-heavy platform. What that means is when you're at the top of the leaderboard, you get a bunch of real viewership on top of that, right? The
I won't
difference
make the
between
same
like
mistakes
being at
again.
the top of the directory with like 20,000 real viewers means you will inevitably grow from that point on to get like 25,000 real viewers, 30,000 real viewers. Basically, when you are at the top of the leaderboard, when you're at the top of the directory on Twitch, you also get a bunch of real viewers. For example, if you get posted at the front page, that automatically logs all of the people that are clicking on the front page as an extra viewer, okay? It automatically logs 10,000, sometimes 20,000 extra viewers who are just browsing the website at the time or just using the site at the time.
Keep going.
Wait a minute. So, Hassan literally just admitted that he just wants these vanity metrics and he wants to be on the front page of Twitch, right? So that random people coming on the website this is video. Even if they're not actually watching us on screen,
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
this guy is the most thin-skinned, pathetic loser to exist. Hassan has got to be the least successful, most successful person. Because the fact of the matter is, like, objectively, he has so much.
Someone clip this!
Basically the dream job. I wouldn't say Hassan in particular covering politics is a dream job, but in general, streaming and YouTube and content creation is a dream job. And despite having all of this, he is still perpetually miserable. And this is just a lesson in life, right? If you have this sort of insatiable greed for clout, for recognition, for money even at times, it's his own desire to appear is the most popular. And it's basically killing his happiness. You know, as a wise woman once said, let it go.
Never miss!
And you know, I think I mentioned this in previous videos as well, but back when I first started YouTube for the first couple of years, I think I became the happiest when I stopped checking YouTube analytics every day. Now, you gotta check like, you know, once a month or something like that. Just to look at general trends and sort of stay on top of the game on YouTube. You know, you have to be a little tuned in or you're gonna get left behind because it's a highly competitive field, obviously. But checking every day and trying to micromanage every single thing is just gonna make you miserable, right? The fact of the matter is, when you're always gonna be it's in everything.
want to make the
There's
same.
always going to be someone with more viewers, more successful, more XYZ. It's just pointless. It's a rat race. Now, to win this video for a Frogan-sized pizza, yes sir, I'll take one. I was going to say 5, but if it's Frogan-sized, one will do. One will do. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Someone stretch my analyzing the media messaging of our Prime Minister who's suddenly pretending to be tough on ISIS rise. That One Nation vote must be rattling Anthony Albanese because he has gone through one big evolution after previously misleading Parliament to suggest that my colleague Liam Mendes from the
I
Australian
may be powered
had
by
bungled a
chaos,
story
but
revealing
I'm
that
trying to
ISIS
bring a
brides were
bit
sexual
of order
sheep.
to the universe.
What actions has your government taken to guarantee the safety of Australians if these people return?
Those reports are not accurate.
30 seconds before you attack.
Now,
Get
of course,
ready.
we all know now that that was false. A short while later, the first batch
I
of
don't
ISIS
need
brides entered
telepathy
the
to know
country.
what you're thinking.
Such a shame.
Emma.
Oh? Am I that obvious?
You hate me because your version of me almost decimated the mutant population.
And there are more to learn at the bottom of my boot.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Literally
Got it?
lawlessness in New York.
The
some
barriers
arrests,
between dimensions
but
are breaking down.
they don't get everyone.
It's up to
Look
us
at all this
to
destruction.
protect.
This is just like a Taco Bell over there. Like
Wherever
they just
they are,
how
they don't look
and destroy the
friendly.
table.
Protective shield. Perfect.
How they even manage that?
Disappearing.
Destroying what looks to be a McDonald's because apparently they were.
Mission area is yours. Watch it now.
Yes, the youth did this. They even vandalized the McDonald's and Wendy's bags. That's how much they're against.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
They didn't destroy the McDonald's
Chaos.
and leave the Popeyes alone.
That's better.
This is New York City. Or did they allocate all the police resources like a final stand at the Popeyes?
Cosmic yard amp. Ready to be deployed.
No, they did, but that was okay. This is like the more milder version from Freedom University School Academy. This is over here from New York City. This shows how the actual mall got attacked. Pretty bad. I think it's some forceful arrest. I think I have to.
Sneaking in from the chaos always prevails.
Double KO.
All 13, I mean, obviously, it's a whole thing. And like the mini version of Resident Evil.
Disappearing.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
But yeah, they made a lot of arrests, and then inside the mall, the caption on TikTok was, "It's only 45 degrees," because they say once it gets warmer, these rides in the mall are gonna be worse.
Watch this spot.
Okay. This looks like that McDonald's, isn't it? But just destroying it for the sake of destroying it because they think that youths don't need to be thrown in jail. They need to be given treatment in care and after school programs. They can't be held liable. This girl that went to the mall over there. Talking about these people are actually afraid for their lives.
Embrace perfection.
Control lost.
Goodbye.
Like, what if we got parents on?
Exactly.
It's already 10 times worse. We gotta get on the bus with y'all, and half the time
Doc Rocket is in the office.
It's so
And I wonder if she turned around and voted Democrat. Did she vote for Mom Downey, or is she someone that is based in reality and knows just because you're young doesn't mean you're it does seem that when teens were arrested at
We now know that multiple teens were taken into custody following that chaos. We've got News 12's Brittany Gazette joining us now from the McDonald's in the Bay Plaza area with a look at some of the damage left behind. Good morning, Brittany. I see the costumes behind you. Walk us through how we got there.
Someone push me out! Good morning. I mean, it was a scene straight out of a movie with several teams wreaking havoc inside of the Bay Plaza Mall and outside on the strip of businesses, you know, known to the neighborhood here. Now that entire chaos spilled onto the businesses here on the sides of the mall. Take a look here, especially at the sides. Like you said, you can see that caution tape here and this gaping hole of shattered glass left here at this McDonald's. Now this is just one of many of the damages that were left behind when all of these teens were wreaking havoc on several businesses here. Now hundreds of teens were seen at a chaotic Bay Plaza Mall yesterday afternoon, a day when schools were closed for President's Day. The police were called.
Okay, so when you don't give them something to do, they just get up to something. No, I don't think that you have many schools in Tokyo that have a day where they don't go to school and they just end up destroying the local McDonald's. I think this is something different.
April 8th, just a few minutes after the scheduled takeover, when police arrived, they were told that they were met with huge groups of chaotic teens. They were warned multiple times to disperse, and that's been several of them.
Oh, they were warned to disperse. Once you talk to them that they won't be held liable for their actions, they get up to this. That's why, like in Los Angeles, you have massive groups of kids riding bikes, and I can't even play it on YouTube because they say it's dangerous activity, which it is. But once you tell them we won't chase you because we don't want you to get hurt in the police chase, and also if we do catch you, we're not going to do anything about it,
you incentivize these large groups of kids to do whatever the heck they want and basically terrorize their own community. We can't. This is not
You'll need
sustainable.
a top-notch team to
Taken
win
into
this
custody. When our crews arrived here on scene, dozens of teens approached our news car. Now we're blurring their faces due to them being minors, but they tell us why they were doing this.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
Everybody was bored. That is societal rot at its finest. If we are bored, we destroy things. Sad to say, you start throwing them in juvie now. You start showing them consequences now. If you don't get a hold of it here, when they become adults, it becomes worse.
All
and they
those
harm their own
crises I
communities, they harm
quietly
themselves.
put out,
This has to be
you
hit.
have no idea.
30 seconds before you attack.
What the
Get
hell, Red
ready.
Lobster?
And as you can imagine, just the fear from several employees of these businesses when this all was going on, just because these teens were bored on their day off.
Because I'm a doctor,
We
I
did
pull
speak with
people
a
from your
worker
grip
here
for a living.
at the McDonald's
Also, I
yesterday who
charge
said
a
he
lot.
was scared for his life and he just wanted to get home to his children. But as we know right now,
And here's the thing, is because they know,
The
sad
battle
to say,
starts in 5.
if they decide to
4,
start, like they shattered the
3,
windows, they took
2,
off the cement from that table. If they
All you need to
decided
do
to
is
start
capture the
throwing
mission area.
hot fire
Got it?
oil on there or pushing them around, they know that they can get a lawsuit from getting punched by the worker, but the kid, nothing will happen to them if they punch the worker themselves. So they realize there's nothing to stop them, no fear of repercussions, they can't defend themselves. It becomes very real very fast.
McDonald's will be opening up for businesses. We do know that Chipotle also closed early yesterday due to this riot that was happening, and the Bay Plaza also says will be open for business as usual, operating on their normal business hours. And we're also told there was no damage to their knowledge. That half an hour live here in New York City from McDonald's on Brittany Cadet, News 12, the Bronx.
This morning we're learning more details.
What do you call it? Lone Raven says no boot camp and formal. Actually, I agree on that. Put them in lectures and let them know what it is to be or something. Like, I remember a long time ago, I was working a security gig for the Kardashians, and me and one of my, you saw my superior, me and my coworker, the Cosmos Keel, we saw the people that had up there acting rats. The moon haunts you! And I remember hearing something from my coworker saying, his daughter and whoever had it already, he's sending them back to Mexico so they can live detached from all this nonsense trying to get social media. And I don't really understand this until perhaps now where it's like, they're living in this high times where it's bored and I'm not constantly stimulated by TikTok. I can go out there and destroy the city. It's like, no, how about you go to a place where there's actual consequences, the adults can do something about you being a delinquent and you actually have responsibilities because the players you started or something. I kind of get why they need that because yes, they said multiple teams taken into custody. That makes no difference. But the sad part is, from News 12, if you look back, March 31st, 2025, so almost 1 year to the date, they said the Bay Plaza, as soon as it gets warm, they had an influencer appearance triggered teen rowdiness and viral videos that resulted in arrests. And they said, there were brawls in the mall. They came there and they destroyed things. So it's like, there you are. They can't stop it. They say, you know what? We're not going to arrest them because they're kids. You're going to get it every year on the dot.
I am ready to put on a show.
And the scary part is the same way that drug dealers will use
Let the devil
or to be somebody that commits the more the cosmos because they realize, hey, they can't do serious times there.
The moon haunts you!
I've confirmed that the world this level of lawlessness because you see over here born again! We just talked about it for weeks. Where they use that to walk out in their protests in their place because they think that one, they will be punishable like the adults are. And two, if you get a Greenwood or Alex Freddy incident, it's more emotion provoking, which is terrifying that they're setting this up.
Breaking news out of downtown LA. Students are walking out in protest.
Again, very, very dangerous. Why do they have them out there, and that's why they're firing teachers that are allowing this to occur. But again, this is not stopping the deportation. Again, they're being ridiculous by holding up flags of countries that 100% do enforce their border laws, if not more aggressively and angrily than the U.S. does. But they're putting them in harm's way for these idiots, human shields. Get them back. Yes.
Let's check in with Rich Prickett overhead in Sky 5. Nice little crowd down there.
Nice little crowd. This is how KTLA comes. It's a nice little crowd. They're all exposed to being ended. One military. Or just any of the many various things that the kids harassing them down. Nice little crowd.
100 students or so, 100 people, presumably all students, are on Los Angeles Boulevard. They're making their way north, up towards, closer to the 101 freeway. They were on the 7th City Hall.
There's still so much to
go, and then they decided to march.
Again, because you don't have control of them. The teachers were trying to say, hey, 5 different schools are in the downtown LA area. We're all going to go to the city hall. Federal building at this time to protest. You don't control the mobs. They do whatever they want. If they decide to march on the freeway, they're going to do it, and you can't stop them because you have an empowered LAPD to do anything about it.
And we thought they were headed over to the federal building, but they are right now. They're on LA Avenue or LA Street, and it seems to be rather peaceful.
There's a struggle. I want the to wake up and realize immigrants. I want the whole world to wake up and realize immigrants built America. I require interesting how they think these people only got very, very productive as soon as they got to within the borders of what America is. But if they were in another continent, or they're in a continent south of us, or even just across the border south of us, they can't make quantum those.
Us against the world!
They only got this turn, and then went back home, and now they went back in. That's just all logic. Maybe if they were in school, they would realize existing is not a crime. I understand existing wouldn't be a crime, but the sad part is they would come here to insist it's getting pocket money, free healthcare, being freely transported across the area of the country, and also sometimes committing heinous crimes where they want to go into the jailhouses to grab them and deport them. You don't care that you're existing, but the same thing is when they try to falsely equivocate the pioneers that came to America, the people that are immigrating now to get free social benefits and welfare.
Destiny awaits.
The pioneers that landed here in the beginning were fighting Indians, diseases, and turning dust into civilization. That's very different than the person coming here saying, I want my Medicare card, I want my free room in the Roosevelt Hotel, and also I want to be able to commit crimes, go to jail, and be protected from the federal government from enforcing border laws. Very, very different things, if only again they were in school to realize the difference.
I am at your service.
I wonder what happens when they start to enforce they start to surge in Los Angeles because the stereotype.
I am ready to put on a show.
They always say, "Oh my God, Trump is like the fascist Nazis," but it's almost like how dictatorship. People have a very loose understanding what it is. But if you read this, it seems spookily similar to Born Again! A bunch of people that are willing to destroy their own community because they're bored. What if you weaponize them and have them march on leftist, ironic, fascist ideals? I am at your service. Regular paramilitary youth organizations, primarily composed of middle school, high school, and university students, formed in the mid-1966 to direct the balance of the spearhead their cultural revolution. They eradicated perceived bourgeois? I don't know how to pronounce that, and traditional elements from Chinese society. These groups controlled the millions, were tasked with destroying the four olds: old customs, old culture, old habits, and old ideas. Kind of like Western diet. Let's make a whole bunch of low information, easy to sacrifice groups, and have them go after traditional values.
Some systems, please.
They would have struggle sessions, meetings, face-to-face clashes with urban populations. The interfactional warfare escalated in threatened state control. Mauer ordered the military to suppress the Red Guard, resulting in rusticating most members to rural labor camps, re-education, effectively ended their reign, leaving a legacy of cultural devastation and political trauma. I almost see America having the same exact situation because we essentially have the Red Guard. There is a little bit of pushback. This happened and now State's Attorney Bill Henry said, LAPD from schools, parents, and schools on notice, skipping schools whatsoever. Adults who facilitate such activity can also be criminally charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Going after them, they're arresting them. But the scary part about the Red Guard was middle school, high school, and university students. How is it that what filthy normals like me think Harvard University is the pinnacle of education? Very, very prestigious Ivy League school is an Ivy League.
I am ready to put on a show.
They now have a class where undergrad students literally fill out asylum applications for illegal aliens. Again, Red Guard was there to get rid of traditional elements, including and using university students. Now we're actually having Harvard University. What is there? You can pay over $82,000 annually for them to be left-wing activists on your dime.
Another epic victory!
Labor is this.
Why we haven't defunded this entire system.
Exactly. Defunded.
Why are we sending federal funds? Imagine if it was like the opposite. Like if students were required in class to comb through border data to find illegals to help, DHS deport them.
And here's the thing, I want somebody to be going through that data to find illegals to deport. I think that there's people that are here that can make crimes that should be gone. But again, if I send my kid away to $82,000 university, I want them to be learning about science, technology, medicine, engineering. I don't want them to be an activist for a
You'll
governmental
need a top-notch
organization
team to
that we're
win this
already
one.
paying billions of dollars to do it anyway. This is insane, but again, the left and the right want the same.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
Again, and that's why we think that we don't like Democrats, but Republicans can be garbage too. If Trump isn't pulling every single federal dollar from the University of Harvard or Harvard University until this is fixed, Republicans can't accomplish anything. It's very sad that that's where we are right now.
Coming up today on the James Bolt Show, we're going to be
When
talking to
science
Audrey
failed,
Forberg, the National
magic
Review,
was there.
about Alexandria
30 seconds before you
Ocasio-Cortez's very
attack.
bad
Get
week,
ready.
Hillary Clinton blowing up at the Munich conference. On the other side, Marco Rubio's
sense a
brilliant
strong
speech,
mystical
what that could
presence
possibly mean
nearby.
for future presidential
One
runs.
dimension.
And of course, Stephen
And it is
Colbert
quite
versus CBS enters another
Open
week.
your
But let's
eyes.
start
Reality
with AOC,
is
because
but
she
an
had
illusion.
one of the worst weeks I can possibly remember. Let's take a
I
look.
have been a street urchin and regent of the solar system.
The James Bond
Battle
Show
starts in
from
5,
Sky News
4,
Australia.
3, 2, 1.
You go to a massive international security conference in Europe, I reckon there's a decent chance you're going to be asked to weigh in on the issues of global security. Now you can go there for a start, you can go there to make fun of Marco Rubio, Donald Trump. By all means, don't tell me to get in the way of it. But maybe on the 8-hour flight from the US to the EU, you might have brushed off a few things that are going on around the world, because otherwise something like this might happen.
I think that this is such a, I think that this is of course a very long-standing policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure we never get to that point.
Attending Someone the Democrat Party might look to as future president. Someone they put on their ticket in the distant future. She's got that appeal to young voters, she knows how to work the media, and she's loud. But to become a serious presidential candidate, you need more than a few stunts. You actually need to know what's going on in the world and have gravity around you that when you speak, other countries are going to listen. So let's get
Now that's real power there.
Future world, AOC is president. China tells her they're about to invade Taiwan. They ask her point blank what she's going to do about it. Let's see what she says.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Disappear!
This is, of course, a and I think what we are hoping for is that
Armed and dangerous! Honestly, play that at my I lift up my comrade. Fall of Kamala Harris and decided what America hated about her was that she was too articulate. She was on that panel with another one-day Democrat presidential hopeful, Brett Kavanaugh. And as Megan Kelly pointed out on her show, she didn't feel that much better. And it kind of reminded everyone of another famous global thought leader.
Stronger than ever.
look like. I personally believe
A timely
I do think that. And that Iraq, everywhere like such as
You're halfway
Ukraine's
there.
independence,
Keep
keeping
going.
their land mass.
because there's almost people out there in our nation that don't have that.
Looks like we've got ourselves.
I think that this is such a, I think that everywhere like such as this is a
So give me something equally shaky. One bad kiss doesn't make a bad.
Now that's real power there.
Triple kill.
Field's speech was a pure appeal to Western culture. My favorite part was when he said that American cowboys came from Spain. I believe the Mexican of African slaves is
America's by standard
Happy to help.
Unfortunately, let's get going.
what happened in Venezuela, for example. It is not a little help, please.
I lift up my comrade.
Now that's real power there.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
And engage in acts of war just because nations believe it.
Above the equator. Now, usually I don't go for these pop quiz gotcha moments. I think they're all a bit low rent, but the difference with this one is that AOC has completely brought it upon herself. To a foreign policy conscience for the sole purpose of judging the foreign policy decisions of her political enemies.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
So if you're going into the lion's den, you might want to come armed with
Armed and dangerous!
prepared criticism that there would be absolutely no follow-up questions or interrogation about anything other than her talking points. She was there for the social media clip, never thinking people might hear a little more from her. So now she's exposed as a minnow when it comes to the big presidential defining issues. It was completely humiliating for her and provided kind of clips that sink presidential campaigns years before they even began. So of course she went into damage control. New York Times reporter Kellen Brown moaned, but rather than the substance of her arguments, Spring Canada stumbled on questions about specific world affairs that bucketed around conservative media and social media. There was plenty of the discussion about her visit, as political observers speculated whether they would make a dent in the potential presidential run in 2026. Well, sorry, but you don't get to have the substance of your arguments covered. You can't answer extremely simple. It's nor is question over whether or not we would send troops to defend a democratic ally.
Power beyond sight!
A specific world affair. And she got them. Tough to feel sorry for.
I am strengthened for battle.
I want to bring in the report of National Review, Audrey Goldberg. Audrey, thank you so much for joining me. Now, I played this earlier in the show, but I want to play it again because, one, it's important. It's just the greatest clip I've seen in a long, long time. So, I want to play it again. This is AOC being asked,
An unseen assist.
Why not? This is you know, I think that
I am strengthened for
this
battle.
is a
Guess who just showed their stupid faces?
Armed and dangerous!
and I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure we never get to that point.
What I love about that clip, apart from all the silences and stuff, is that it's not like a nothing issue, like someone just pulled it out of thin air, like, hey, what's your policy on Kyrgyzstan? Taiwan is like the central foreign policy issue of not just America, I'm talking Europe, I'm talking anyone. Like anyone who says,
By the
I want to
eye
go up and show my foreign policy credentials should at least have some passing knowledge of what the situation in Taiwan is.
Yeah, and the policy is strategic ambiguity. She should have been prepared to answer this, in part because there have been some reporting in the U.S., some political reporting suggesting that her team had been preparing for this for months. So the fact that she still did not have an answer ready on one of, like you said, the most important pressing foreign policy questions of our time really says everything you need to know. You know, and the fact that after that she kind of went running to the New York Times, called up her favorite reporter there, and used it to kind of clean up this PR disaster and suggest, oh, well, this is, you know, people are just suggesting this is all about my Perspective 2028 run, which it's not all about that. Of course, that's what this is about. You go to these kinds of things if you want to, you know, remind people that you're a star in the party, if you want people to donate to you and see you as somebody who may be a strong contender in 2028. But, you know, that 30-second clip,
no
if she does
timeline
run for
exists where
president in
Magneto
2028, I mean, imagine the ads they're going to run against her just on that clip alone.
Yeah, I was like saying before, it's like the problem with Kamala Harris was that she was too articulate, so now the Democrats have gone somewhere else.
Our past was mired in loss and
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I'm done playing support. Come
Deck
here.
of cards ain't exactly the deadliest of weapons, Keisha.
Yes, I got the move.
Sure, you actually.
Watch out for screen.
Sharpen. No mercy. Long as I keep my wits sharp.
What a curious place.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Time stream entanglement. What the hell does that mean? Ah, much better. Your attacks are futile. It seems we have company.
They hit real hard. Clown.
Turn around. They're sneaking up on us.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Show the kids how it's done.
The mission area is yours.
You cannot hurt me. I shall get the world. You need not fear. Do not expect to win as soon as we have company. Affordable. Insignificant gnats. Taking charge.
ready to put on a show!
My power cannot be quelled.
The area's almost yours!
What are you aiming at?
Tippy Toe spotted bad guys. There they are!
We must stand our ground.
Control lost!
Much better.
More scum straight off. Lucky draw.
Mutants always rise again.
Control seized! Going down! Oh no!
I will do what it takes to protect mine, no matter the price.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I don't usually team up with criminal scum like you, LeBeau.
Now, Monsieur Le Punisher. I may be a thief, but I also happen to be a gentleman.
Yeah, so's the Kingpin. Doesn't make either of you any less guilty.
Touché.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Just as I forged a nation, I shall wield a weapon fit for a nation. I feel like myself again. You need not fear.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Mission area is yours!
This should limit any damage.
Got him, Tippy!
Locked and loaded, just need a part.
Much better. I'm doing this my way. You cannot hurt me. It seems we have company. The moon haunts you.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
I shall not be removed so easily.
Control lost!
What are you aiming at? I feel like myself again.
Problem solved! This is real fire!
I shall not be removed so easily.
What have we here?
You need not fear. Neutralize the arc. Full potential.
The area's almost yours!
It seems we have company.
You deserve that!
I feel like myself again. On the move again. Cannot hurt me.
Another epic victory! Big win! You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion. All those crises I quietly put out, you have no idea.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Heard you're helping Deadpool with his latest scheme. That true, love? All right then. But if Wade steps out of line, you have my permission to swallow him whole. Understood?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Our enemies are near.
You need to stop these monsters.
Ionic magic! Ionic magic! More powerful yet.
I got you covered. Much better.
The mystic arts won't fail me again.
A little help, please. Shields up!
Good medicine.
Ionic magic!
You really should have gone harder, love.
How are you? This place is going to go wrong.
My body is rejuvenated.
to stop them! Better stop that vehicle!
I'm opening a portal.
Enemy located.
Pentagram of
no kill shot!
Was a total blindside. This place is worth a good look. Now I see them.
He stopped them in their tracks!
Tremble before fast! By the eye of Agamotto! An unseen assist!
Faster, my friends!
The Sorcerer Supreme lives once
They
more.
hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Cause massive destruction.
Such newfound power.
Anyone willing to help?
Better stop that vehicle!
Hey, Ted! Son of a bitch!
The mystic arts won't fail me again.
Come on, let me heal you.
They made it halfway!
Promise we'll
Stop
finish this,
them!
Aurora. From one storm to another.
I am strengthened for battle.
There's still a chance to save us!
An unseen assist!
Feeling fantastic.
The Sorcerer Supreme returns.
Release
I'm opening a
Shields up!
portal. Pentagram of Parala.
How could it come?
Good medicine.
Here comes the horn!
I promise we'll finish this, Aurora. From one storm to another. A little help, please.
Tremble before...
Dinner time, love! That one's on you, mate!
Such newfound power. Feel no shame in defeat by Dr.
Stop them in their tracks! Only 60 seconds left.
Here is an enemy.
A little help, please. That's much better. Much better.
Down to 30 seconds.
The mystic arts won't fail me again. Their attack is almost exhausted.
I'm hulking!
Hurricane incoming!
Better stop that vehicle! Final 10 seconds! Let's keep fighting until we have a winner! No worries, I'm feeling fantastic. Disappear!
The mystic arts won't fail me again.
Another epic victory! Big win! You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I would say that the criticism that has been made here today is fundamentally racist because it doesn't match reality, and it is basically rooted in the idea of I'm scared of Muslims and I don't want to live with them.
I'm going to say this to people who lose their you have to start treating people if they attempt to come over the border. But if somebody has another way,
Don't you worry, Mr.
going
Lee.
to...
Gambit got more than one ace up his sleeve.
Cameraman left. Did that offend you? I think it offended him so deeply he left.
30 seconds before you attack.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Let's bring the camera guy up here and ask him the solution.
We shouldn't kill our political
That's
enemies.
some deadly aim you got there,
Calling
Shir.
for shooting and killing people
The Assassin's
that you
Guild.
have that disagreement with. To me, that made me feel about how you would probably feel if someone said they were pro
Carving your own
killing
path in
Charlie
the world
Kirk.
is nice.
So what
But so
would
is
your
having folks who will
solution
watch your
be
back
to
when things fall
illegal
apart.
immigration in Europe?
Battle
Undocumented
starts in
immigrants
5,
commit less
4,
crimes
3,
and less violent
2,
That doesn't answer the question.
1.
So what is the solution to illegal immigration?
Sure, those and the facts don't support your feelings about the issue. And the facts are that, especially in America, undocumented immigrants commit less crimes. So, Western Europe, I believe the statistics are fairly similar.
Now you do the same for me,
Germany says we're German, we don't want whatever into our country. Do they have that right?
Well, and what I would say is that's when we back up and we look at the history of imperialism. If you want to talk about violence, if you want to,
but yes or no, I'm looking for a
well, of course you're looking for a simple answer.
So you don't believe in sovereignty of the nation?
Sovereignty is largely something that is used to oppress people. Most of the people coming to Europe are refugees from European actions. I think immigration is a human right. I'm against dictatorship. I'm against the dictatorship in Saudi Arabia, and I'm also against oppression of Muslims here in America as well. I believe in freedom between
How about the freedom to have my own country without anyone coming in? Have you read any arguments against this position?
Of course.
Give me an example of something. Given Islam's growth, is Islam a religion?
You thought you got rid of me?
That goes way, way back. It was very popular.
Unlucky.
Actually. And is connected to the word. And long story short, in Arabic, you have these three roots, usually consonant roots and vowels. And where you put the vowels and mix it around, you get different related words. So salam is peace. Islam literally means submission. But the logic is
Thanks for the love, love.
so, for example, Muhammad sends letters according to Islamic tradition to kings around him, Muslim king, Christian, now Tesla.
Dinner time, love!
So, okay, and it's connected to peace, and it's connected to submission. So, what does Tesla mean in submit?
Fantastic!
So that is so
I'll patch you up. Tremble before her!
Aggression until one submits. A Muslim,
much better.
Is connected to the word salam, Islam,
Oh, I'm not
Muslim,
gonna make
is
it
one
easy.
who has surrendered or submitted. And then the question becomes, so submit to what? What are we submitting to? Well, the law of God, Allah, which becomes Sharia law. Okay, which is, as we know,
You're welcome.
You know, people I think have an idea. It's pretty draconian, definitely antithetical to modern standard humanitarian law. So that's
There's still a chance to stop them.
I'll patch you up. If you surrender to it, it's probably wise. In the West, one way or being passive. That's that will give them peace, of course, but it's going to
We ought to wait for reinforcements.
one way or the other, as either by converting eventually or becoming
I'm gonna
in
get
the
some
historical
revenge.
tradition.
They hit a
Indians,
checkpoint.
which is second
Now
class
might be a good time to stop them.
in their own homeland who accept it and allow Muslims to live really to lord over them. That's really the most accurate description of, in my mind, when I hear this thing about the
Better stop that vehicle.
jizya tax. Yeah, that's all. That's classical jurisprudence and understanding based on Sharia, and it expresses itself. I feel like
And once they say that, is it safe to say that they're historically prepared? Peter, you know only half of you watching is subscribed. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button to keep the videos coming. Thanks.
Well, see, now this is another the apologetic
You're ready for it! This is real firepower! Fantastic! That's me.
Fight them until either they convert to Islam or pay jizya while feeling themselves subdued. Okay? Now, the word jizya is actually connected in Arabic to the idea of a substitution. So instead of you killing me, I'm giving you money. I'm ransoming myself because my life is basically.
I've argued that. I've argued that the British people do that.
Relay deployed! It ain't
You're ready for it!
Don't give them another inch.
So, for example, my family is Christians, inhabitants of Egypt, just like all the Middle East was the indigenous people of Christians. So when they get conquered, they have to pay the tribute, but then also there's a host of debilitations. You can't go to churches, you can't repair churches, you can't ring the church bell, you can't
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Here, you have to get up and give them your seat. Okay, so it's like so that's the idea.
What if you're an atheist? How do you feel under that?
Well, okay, historically that never happened because historically there were really no atheists. But today you would fare under, so in classical Islamic jurisprudence there's really two groups. There's the people of the book, they're the lucky ones, Christians and Jews, sometimes depending on who it is, it could be Zoroastrians. And then there's just out and out pagans. I think today atheists are considered out and out pagans. And the out and out pagans don't even have the chance to pay tribute. They have to actually convert or die. And that actually was manifest against the Hindus for the longest time. So they weren't considered people of the book. And according to reliable statistics, in 5 centuries, something like 80 million Hindus were killed.
30 seconds before you
because
get
you
ready.
convert or you die. Until the Muslims reached
How
the
you
point
get
that,
that
you know what, we're
fancy
gonna
little
extend to
glowing
them
fist of yours,
the
Mosby?
scripturatory
Some sort of
people in the
ancient
book status,
artifact?
just because we
Actually,
killed enough of
I
them, let's
absorbed
at
the
least
chi
make some
of an
money out of
immortal
this.
dragon.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why I mean there's some
Geldomar.
elasticity,
That's a lot harder to steal.
how this jizya thing works. But to go back to
The
what
battle
I'm trying
starts
to
in
say is
5,
the academic
4,
lies. So
3,
now when they talk about
2,
jizya, professors say,
1.
yeah, the jizya was just
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
to get
Got it?
protection from surrounding Muslims. That's what they teach. And as if the implication is like some Mongol horde is going to come attack and go defend the Christians and the Jews. No, the protection
Not
from
gonna
the
be
Muslims.
easy to hook in.
That's what they're paying. So it's almost like a mafia. They need a protection. You don't hurt. That's actually how it is.
Again, we come back to
The mission area is yours to capture now.
As opposed to males?
Capture the mission area.
Female Muslims as opposed to males? Is there an argument for or against that?
Can't keep this cage down for long.
I've heard the argument against male.
Okay, because they're militant, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, but is there an argument there?
Not gonna be easy to hook in.
Is there an argument against
been an old interview with Joe Rogan and Steve the Proud Boy, Gavin DeGrasse, goes over inbreeding. In Islamic countries, are there higher incidents of inbreeding?
I think there is. I don't think it's correct, though, to associate it with Islam per se. I think it's more of a cultural practice that really transcends the religious.
But they separate the males and the
Come
females.
here and check
right?
this
So
out.
how you
Right.
can't
That's
go
what I'm looking for. Well, what it is, it's very common for
ring at all?
This is a little bit, but I mean,
You know, many people have claimed that Somalia
Can't keep disengaging down for long.
Who are mentally disabled, but the fraud empire they build in Minnesota is actually incredible in scale and complexity. Do you think those two things can be squared?
No, I do. You know, there's Somali, and I know
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
crashed out of Somali. Well, I mean, there's some truth to it.
Stronger than ever.
Never
falls, mate.
And at the same time, also, you know, radical Islam is par for the course. Somalia, when you look at, and this is a good way to look at a litmus test, you know, one of the ways to see how radical or dysfunctional society is to look at how the Christian minorities are treated. And it habitually ranks something like second, third worst nation in the world.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Okay, so that's the mentality that we are bringing in here. And I've dealt with a fair bit of Somalis. I used to work at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., and there were a lot of them there. And, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to live in the Somalis. Let's put it that way. Okay? Very, very tribal. And then the Islamic aspect even gives, you know, solidifies and gives it that sort of jihadist veneer. But the fact that they're engaged in fraudulent activities, well, yeah, that's no...
For more than half a century, anti-American propagandists have waged a demoralization campaign against
You'll need a top-notch team
generations
to
of
win this
Americans have been force-fed lies designed to beat us into a state of submission and self-loathing. We've been taught to hate ourselves, hate the
You
West,
don't have to be a witch
and to hate the
find
figures,
magic
mostly
in
white,
this world.
mostly male,
But it
who
does
built
help.
America. We're all familiar with their narrative. America is uniquely evil because of racism, slavery, colonialism, imperialism, and so on. They've waged intellectual warfare against our founding fathers and national heroes. They desecrated their reputations, tore down their statues. Their rewriting of history is such flagrant propaganda that would make Pravda blush. That doesn't mean that it's not pervasive.
I may be powered
successful.
by chaos.
One professor from the University of Wisconsin spent 11 years administering historical literacy tests to
30
students.
seconds before you
He
attack.
discovered that
Get ready.
they overwhelmingly believed that slavery began in the U.S., was almost
Elsa
exclusively
Bloodstone,
an American
I
phenomenon.
presume?
A view shared by the
I
way,
have heard
at
many
least one United
stories of
States
your
senator
triumphs
who
on
attended
the
Harvard Law.
The United States didn't inherit slavery from anybody. We created it.
You don't have
Despite
to be
almost
a
total
witch to
ignorance
find
on
the
the topic,
magic
one
in this
Washington Post poll found that a
In a world
67%
consumed
majority of the
by
public says the
battle
legacy of
starts in
slavery
5,
affects American society today.
3,
That question, every
2,
black person gives me.
1.
Slavery was a long time ago.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
That is as foundational to your society as anything is accomplished.
We've been told that the history of slavery is straightforward, uncontroversial. We've been told that black slaves were mostly captured by whites, that white colonists in the Americas routinely enslaved free black men, and that more black people were enslaved than whites. And we've been told that we're not allowed to question anything. Well, enough is enough. We're launching a monthly series setting the record straight on various historical topics. We're giving you facts that propagandists and media school teachers have left out of the mainstream curriculum. And we'll start today by taking on one of the central claims of modern anti-American mythology. This is the real history of slavery. Historians and political pundits spend a lot of time talking about the transatlantic slave trade, a 350-year period in which an estimated 12.5 million slaves were brought to America. But what we don't learn in school is where those slaves actually went. Just under half of them, an estimated 5.4 million, went only to Brazil, and many more went to the Caribbean. 1.2 million went to Jamaica, more than 900,000 to St. Dominique, and 889,000 to Cuba. The grand total of slaves brought to the future United States is about half the number brought only to Cuba. 472,372, or 3% of the total. The ones who came to the 13 colonies were the lucky ones. In the context of global slavery, getting put on a ship to New Orleans is really a best case. Do you think American slavery is bad? Let me see what happens to the ones who didn't make it. We'll show you that. We're going to start with a West African country who likely never heard of the Kingdom of Dahomey. Dahomey was not a peripheral player in the Atlantic slave trade. It was central to it. The kingdom's wealth, its military power, and its cultural splendor were built entirely on the systematic capture, sale, and export of human victims. By the end of the kingdom, an estimated 1.9 million slaves came from West African coastlands controlled by the Dahomey. The kingdom obtained its slaves by waging perpetual warfare upon its neighbors. In the 19th century, a Dahomeyan king named Gezo described the slave trade as the ruling principle of my people, the source of their glory and health. Songs celebrating victories, and mother of all of your child to sleep, with notes of triumph over an enemy reduced to slavery. Now, in many cases, the kingdom of Dahomey obtained these slaves by deploying all-female military units called the Dahomey Amazons. They were the chief slave captains of the Amazons. The Amazons would raid nearby towns and return with large contingents of slaves, along with tens of genuine resistance. One missionary who visited the country in 1861 described some of Dahomey soldiers as equipped with 3-foot-long straight razors, which they held two-handed, and which were supposedly capable of splitting a man into two halves. According to one historian, quote, when the Amazons walked past the palace, they were preceded by a slave girl carrying a bell. The sound told every male to get out of their path, retire a certain distance, and look the other way. If the men didn't get out of the way, they stood a very good chance of being split in two. The Dahomey Amazons ran roughshod over the region. An American missionary named Jacob Bauer discovered 18 depopulated towns over 60 miles near the territory of Dahomey. The death toll was massive. Gezo, as we mentioned earlier, built a palace called the Singbo-ji, which used human skulls for bricks and human blood as mortar. Its throne sat on the skulls of 4 enemy chiefs. Assuming you survived the Dahomey, it's far preferable to be sold to Europeans than to remain at home. Slaves they couldn't sell or that they didn't want anymore were subjected to torture and public execution. That's because the Dahomeyans believed that they could communicate with the gods with human sacrifice. On average, they dispatch about 500 people a year. Roughly 10% of yearly mass slaughter. In 1893, the Sacramento Daily Union reported, quote, hundreds are annually put to death with the most savage torture. They're dismembered in violence, tied to except to worry them to death. They are securely fastened to the ground near the nests of ferocious ants of the country, attack them and tear their flesh bit by bit away. The spectacle of a still living man with his body half eaten by the ants being not infrequently seen. Near the royal palace, there are long avenues, and the king desires to receive an embassy with unusual pomp. Gibbets are erected, and on these are hung head downward dozens of hapless slaves, there to remain, guarded by the king's soldiers, till death puts an end to their suffering. Even before the death has left the body, the vulture, the home of the sacred bird, begins his work, and the screams of the sufferers, torn to pieces by the greedy birds, render the vicinity of the palace hideous. Such gruesome accounts were an ironic outcome of European powers ending the slave trade decades earlier. Unsellable slaves were only useful as human sacrifices. But the annual mass execution festivals weren't even the most brutal event in Dahomey. According to the Sacramento Daily Union, they were, quote, far surpassed by the scenes which take place when the new monarch is crowned. 500 to 1,000 men are put to death in order to provide the deceased king with a suitable retinue in the other world. Then, blood flows in streams. On the exception of the present ruler, so great was the number of those wanting to be slain that a large trench was made in the ground in which a canoe was placed. The blood of the murdered men was conducted by conduits into the trench until its quantity was sufficient to float the boat. This was the level of barbarism that defined the intra-African slave trade. The Dahomey literally sailed canoes in the blood of their slaves, butchered thousands of slaves as an offering to their king. Slavery and barbarism were a fundamental part of their culture. It's worth noting here that although black Africans themselves did have slaves and routinely sold slaves, they weren't big players in the trans-oceanic transportation of slaves. They also didn't participate in raids on the coast of Europe that we'll address later in this episode. That's because, quite frankly, they just didn't have the technology to do that. But that's never addressed by mainstream sources, nor are the details on the slavers of the Dahomey. Consider, for example, Ken Burns' recent PBS documents on the American Revolution, where he uses passive voice to creatively skirt the question.
We are undefeatable!
It would be inconvenient for propagandists like Burns to point out that the slaves were already abused by other Africans, mostly women, by the way. That reality makes the white guilt narrative a little less restrictive. They did mention that the horrors of the Dahomey ended in 1894 because French colonizers invaded the country and burned the royal palace. The French, who freed their slaves in 1848, built hospitals, schools, instituted social services, mostly through Catholic missionaries. In other words, they brought civilization to some of the most savage people in human history. This year, our sponsor, Pure Talk, is celebrating President's Day by giving you great wireless service for $25 a month. Unlimited talk text, a bunch of data at the cost of only $15 out. No reason that wireless service needs to be in the hundreds, so make the switch and feel better about your finances. The low price isn't the only perk either. You can feel good knowing your wireless company is based right here in the U.S. with an American customer service team and a passion for supporting veterans. Pure Talk uses the same towers as the big carriers, so enjoy superior 5G coverage without the inflated price. Just $25 a month for talk, text, and plenty of data. No contract, no...
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion. The time entanglement is a vexing problem, even for the Sorcerer Supreme.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Those horns aren't just for show, yeah? You've got a monster inside.
Doesn't everyone?
Not like you, or me. We became what we're supposed to hunt.
But we did it for all the right reasons. That's something.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Open your...
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
One ace up the sleeve, different battlefield, same war.
Stay hitting real hard.
mission area is yours to capture now.
I am no golden god. I am simply a man who
Capture
wishes
the
to use
mission
his
area!
power for good.
Disappear.
Quantum magic. This time I need healing.
Feeling fantastic.
Stronger together. The cosmic might returns. The cosmos heals you.
Thanks for the love, Someone's hunting me. How rude.
Quantum magic.
Anyone willing to help?
Quantum magic. You are safe now, my friend.
The team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
One tree falls, but another shall grow to take its place. The cosmos heals you. On your six. Cosmic might
Dinner
return.
time, love! That almost got ugly.
I require some aid.
Born again!
We are in this together. Much better. Second chance is over.
Control seized.
We have done it.
Oh boy. Here they come!
No worries. I've got
Watch
you.
out! They got a
The
sniper!
cosmos heals you. The cosmic might returns.
Anyone willing to help?
Quantum magic.
Feeling fantastic.
The cosmos heals you. I require some aid.
Much better. I know a sniper when I hear one.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Healing power.
Release the Glazrons!
Control lost. They've almost got it.
Destiny awaits. The cosmos heals you.
Thanks for the love, love.
This time I need healing. Back to my inside. I feel better already. I was born to change humanity for the better. That time has come.
Got you good.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Groot! Oh, buddy! There's no tree I'd rather see.
I am Groot.
What do you mean, dad joke?
The hand couldn't take me down. These guys don't stand a chance.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Got you good. I'd rather be hunting dragons and the like, but I suppose saving the universe will do.
can hear them getting closer.
Some sort of weird
Quantum magic. You are not alone.
Invisible?
I require some aid. Cosmic might returns.
Looks like the missionary is yours. Faster now.
Feeling fantastic.
Not me.
Aw,
The mission area is yours.
The cosmos heals you. The cosmos heals you.
I am Groot.
some sort of weird onk thing.
Born again! The moon haunts you!
Cosmic might returns. I am at your service. Healing power. Second chance is over.
Enemy located.
Thanks, dude.
The cosmos heals you.
That's much better.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Please.
I got your back.
Healing power. We are in this together.
Plasma?
Cosmic might returns.
Some health would be good. Watch out!
Dinner time, love!
The cosmos heals you.
Thanks for the love, love.
Glory is almost yours.
I got your back.
Healing power.
When I find that sniper, I'll give him what for.
That's much better.
You ready?
The cosmos heals you. In a world consumed by darkness, I will gladly be the light.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
When we're done here, you're welcome to join us back at the Baxter building.
Thanks for the offer, but I'm needed on the streets. Innocent lives hang in the balance.
You've already saved so many. Even justice needs to rest every now and then.
Maybe, but not on my watch.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Oh, Drax is gonna be so mad he missed this. Could use some love here.
Some assistance, please.
Could use some love here.
Healing power.
A little help, please.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
The cosmos heals you.
Release the Globtrons! Disappear!
The cosmos heals you. We are in this together.
Mission area is yours.
Be proud of what you did here.
I feel better already.
Dinner time, love!
Oh,
The
baby,
cosmos heals you.
Ha!
Much better one pumping.
Some assistance, please.
A little help, please.
The cosmos
progress has passed the halfway point.
The Cosmos heals. We are in this together. Good to see you can back up all that bravado.
Your powers are mine!
Healing power. Your souls unite.
Disappear! One less devil walking around. Dinner time, Doc!
They've almost got it!
Quantum magic. This time I need second chances.
Much better. Control seized!
When I find that sniper,
Be proud of what you did here.
another fearsome fight.
Strange is clear. I am at your service.
Glory is almost yours!
Quantum magic. That's my your souls unite. You are safe now, my friend.
You're doing better!